Hi everyone, Jason Lupke here, Global Solution Specialist with Houghton Mifflin Harcourt. And we're continuing our unboxing series of our Into AGA program, so our high school algebra, geometry, and algebra 2. For this video, we're going to be looking at our teacher's edition specifically for algebra 1, and you'll see a lot of similarities, of course, in our geometry and algebra 2 program. So the teacher's edition here for the high school Into AGA is a hardcover, everything in one volume. You can see what we're looking at right here, of course, on the spine. Okay, and as I open this up, lots of resources that really help us understand a little bit more about what's inside of our Into Math program. And we're going to jump right into looking at unit, module, and then lesson level. Okay, so at the unit level, of course, this is where we're talking about big ideas. In this case, our unit 2 for algebra is linear functions and equations. Inside of unit, we have multiple modules, and we'll look at that here in just a second. So each unit starts with these unit opener pages where we discuss some STEM tasks that are in careers that are related to the learning that we'll be doing inside of that unit. There's even a unit project, of course, that would be optional, but ties in really nicely to the learning objectives inside of that unit. As you know, one of the focuses of Into Math is the embedded learning mindset that's inside of the program. And so we talk about what that learning mindset is and how we can emphasize those mindset beliefs with our students throughout the unit. Moving forward, as we've talked about in some of our other unboxing videos, one of the truly different things about Into Math that kind of sets it apart from others are the 3 different types of lessons. So you'll see here in Module 3, I have 2 different types of lessons. I have lessons that are build understanding, right? That's what we're working on, that conceptual understanding. I have a lesson here that is in teal. Those are connecting the conceptual to the procedural understanding, okay? And of course, if I were to move forward to another module, I would find lessons that are purple, and those lessons, that's the 3rd type of lesson. Those are the procedural fluency lessons. So again, we follow that learning arc, and oftentimes you'll find that learning arc goes across multiple modules. Okay. You'll also notice that here in my module planning page, I have multiple data checkpoints. Okay, at the beginning of the module, of course, the assessment data checkpoint at the end of the module, and then you'll also find data checkpoints built inside of each lesson. Looking here on the opposite page, of course, I've got my mathematical progressions for this specific lesson. So what is it that we're looking at? What do my students need for prior knowledge? What will we be developing inside of this lesson? And then what are the future connections that students will need to make? Truly important and really valuable when we're thinking about our students and their math learning and their ongoing math journey. Again, continuing here in my module planning pages, language development is a critical component to true math understanding and growth in mathematics. And so we have really great language routines that are built around the learning that we're doing and developing that language, that math language in our students. Okay, so as we move forward then, at the beginning of every module, we have an activity called Are You Ready? And this is true for our entire Into Math series, from grades K all the way up through Algebra 2. Before we start a module, it's really important to do this data checkpoint and to collect some information and data from our students on what they already know, and then to take some steps to fill in those gaps. And so, of course, we have this data-driven intervention box at the bottom that helps you as the teacher fill in any of those prior knowledge gaps so that the instruction during the lesson goes much smoother. I promise you, this is a fantastic tool that will make your instruction really much more powerful. Okay, so now that we've looked at the unit opening pages, the module opener pages, let's take a look at what resources we have around the lesson opener and then the lesson specifically itself. So here we're looking specifically at lesson 3.1. Of course, I know that it's a build understanding lesson because of the green here at the top. Okay, all of our lesson planning tools are here, things like the ICANN objective and our other learning and language objectives. And then of course that lesson specific mathematical learning progression. Multiple options for student warm-up and sharpening skills. Again, a lot of flexibility built into the Into Math program to make sure you as the teacher have options that will really meet the needs of your individual students, including our plans for differentiation. So, if you're interested in small group activities or math centers or just differentiating in general, all of those tools built right in here on this page for you, including things that match up with our Spark Your Learning task, which is really getting the students motivated and teaching them some productive perseverance as they try to solve some difficult problems on their own. We have sample answers from students, including common errors, and then how you as the teacher can respond and interact with your students around those to help, again, develop their understanding. All right, so let's dive into the lesson a little bit. Again, that EL support built right in at point of use for your teachers. Turn and talk activities throughout, including things like leveled questions. Okay, we talked about the Spark Your Learning task, which is where we typically start a lot of the lessons. Okay, after Spark Your Learning, we work together to develop and build our understanding. Of course, then as we continue to move on throughout the lesson, one of the activities that you'll see in a lot of our lessons is the Step It Out. And again, this is where we're helping students take what they've learned through the Spark Your Learning and build understanding portions of the lesson and really start to develop those steps that will help them solve the problems and understand the mathematics. Of course, we talked about the data checkpoints. Again, this is our check understanding and then what we can do about it. How can we differentiate when our students maybe don't understand something? As we get to the end of the lesson, of course, in our wrap-up section, we have things like the exit ticket, I-CAN scales, which help our students understand where they are in achieving the learning target. And then again, a check-in on that learning mindset here at the end of the lesson as well. Okay, so this has been a quick overview of the Teacher's Edition. Please make sure you watch the rest of our videos in this Into AGA unboxing series. Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the HMH International Content Cares YouTube channel. If you're looking for more content, click on the video to the right of your screen. Welcome to our global community.